Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Verne, the Shape of Fantasy. And things definitely got spicy in the last episode, guys. Verne found audio cylinders recorded by Ned Land, who was one of the main characters in the novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, who apparently served as a lieutenant on board the Nautilus. Now, on these cylinders, Ned kind of documented Nemo's search for all of this weird Atlantean tech, but also hid his suspicions that Nemo may not be as legit as he appears to be. And what's stranger still, Verne's been questioning the Nautilus's crew, and they say that Ned Land, they've never heard of Ned. It's like he never existed. Add that to the fact that Nemo has gotten more angrier and more irritable and erratic. Definitely leads to some interesting story directions that this could go. But we are here on Nemo's dormant volcano island base. Something out of James Bond. But I guess Nemo did it first. And we have found a message that Ned has left, but I think that we are missing... Yeah, we've got that right there. We've got these Roman numerals too, which is strange.
If I get the blue lens, I'm sure that I will be able to read whatever is written here.
So we need to...
Officer Land must have used these same lenses to write hidden messages on the map.
We gotta try and find a blue lens. Let's head up here and see anything procs. We have Ancestors Island here. Looks like Nessie. Guess we'll have to search the rest of the base for this blue lens.
I'm looking for a blue lens that's missing of the loop at the map's table. Any idea of where it might be?
Doc often uses it to cook his medicines. Did you look in the sick bay?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Akos. I appreciate that.
I must find the blue lens first.
So we have to use that as the next part. Who's the infirmary? Once again. Is Doc actually here, though?
Nemo and safety hatches.
Oh. Blue lens. Cool.
These are the results of cholera vaccine tests. Seems that with the algae we harvested underwater, Dr. Cedric is making major advances.
Seen for anything else? It's almost too simple. Not gonna argue with it, though.
I've told you before, don't bother me, please.
Fair enough. So... place the missing blue lens.
These are numbers and access card combinations. I can forge one with the tools available at Akos's workplace. I had to take note of these codes. Yes!
Create an access card. Alright. You can see the revealed details of the note in the inventory. Or you, like, all of the 3 lenses together? I saw that, I just wanted to make sure that everything else was... Access to Nemo's chamber... So I guess those are the dots we have to have filled. Still don't know... Well, no, we've got the Roman numerals up there. May have to come back to that. Let's go ahead and get that card punched first. Would that be over here that we saw?
I need something that can help me.
Yes.
It doesn't work.
Oh, there we go. Modify the access card. Set or remove a button with the card. That would have to be it, right?
That's not useful now.
Submit. Oh.
Yes!
There we go. Enter the captain's office. I'm sure this will not be looked at with any degree of danger.
I need something that can help me.
What could possibly go wrong? Find the relevant information.
I've never seen Nemo with a turban. He's always in uniform.
That's kind of awesome, though, because that kind of ties into the book, A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Oh, he's got an office doohickey. Okay, shelves. What we got here on the desk?
Personal memories. Wait. Here there are notes with the name Edriel on them.
Meeting Edriel. Macau, March 12th, 1856. Now that construction work is underway on the Nautilus, I have time to reconstruct the diaries that the nation destroyed after I was arrested. Today I want to record the events that transpired on June 27th, 1851. At that time, the war had brought me to the only village on Dongzhou Island in the China Sea on a mission to train new recruits for the resistance. The desire to avenge the death of my beloved wife and daughter spurred me on. That day, news reached me that a Western woman had arrived on the island. Tired of spending the day surrounded by recruits, I went to see who she was. I found her in the living room. There was something about her that struck my soul instantly. Not in a romantic way, but a kind of connection. We struck up a conversation naturally, like lifelong friends. When I tried to elicit from her what she was doing on that lost island, she replied that she was making a stopover to get to Shanghai, but nothing more. As we said goodbye, she told me her name, Edriel. During the days of waiting, we took walks, shared meals, and had very interesting conversations in which we imagined what the depths of the oceans could offer to humanity and how this could change the world. I was amazed by the depth of her knowledge and a wisdom that belied her age. To my surprise, she also revealed herself to be an expert on Atlantis. One of those evenings at the end of summer, and after a particularly long conversation, I found myself overflowing with imagination and the first image of an underwater vehicle, powered by the latest generation of engines and absolutely self-sufficient, came into my head. A device that would allow me to dive into the sea and leave the war behind. A whole new world, just for me. The next morning, August 24th, as I went to our usual morning appointment with the first sketches of Nautilus in my hands, I discovered that Edriel had left, aboard the freighter she had been waiting for. I was sorry not to be able to say goodbye. I had always been certain that I would never see her again. I was wrong. Whenever we come for supplies at the main market in Macau, I always have tea at the stall of Mani, a former artilleryman I had met at the Battle of Okinawa. This morning she was serving it to me with her toothless smile, so dear to me, when I heard a familiar and almost forgotten voice. "Captain, I hear you're building the Nautilus. Is there room for me in your crew?" I turned, and there she was, just as I remembered her. She was one of us. Oh, if we get some bios, that'll be great. Oh no, did I miss something? I hope I didn't miss anything. I like all of this delicious lore.
This bookcase is hiding something.
Select the shelves in the correct order. Oh, okay, I see the Roman numerals on top. So I'm going to assume shelf 5, row 2. I heard a click. Shelf 2, row 4. Oh, that was... Alright, that other one didn't work. 3 and 3? One, two... Oh, I see the symbols on the corners. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Oh man, those are tiny. Okay, 2 is X, and X is 5, 2. Aha! Next up is plus, which is 4, 5. Then next up is 3 and 3.
Yes!
Insert Zelda sounds.
My headaches don't stop even for a minute. I believe my body rejects the ideas that lately boil inside my mind. I've conceived a god-awful plan to give the world a second chance. The war and the nation are going to end the future. Project H, as repugnant as it may sound, is the only way out for mankind. I am aware that if we take the flame and activate the aerial torpedoes, thousands of innocents will die, and I will have to carry on in my conscience with their deaths. But after the tragedy, a new and fairer world will thrive from it. I hope that will ease my pain. Just like...
It's cut off, but it can't be. His true objective is using my capsules to bomb the nation with the flame of Hephaestus. He wants to unleash a genocide. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I must stop him. But how?
To be fair, that is very Captain Nemo of him. Captain of the Nautilus. The only certainty about the past of one of the most famous resistance leaders is that his wife and daughter were killed during the nation's invasion of the English Raj. His name rose to fame when, at the command of a small rebel group and against all odds, he thwarted in one blow the plans of the nation to conquer India. After that first victory, he traveled around the world, organizing resistance cells and thus complicating the nation's advances. During those years, he realized that no matter how much military strategy the resistance developed, without modern technology they could never win the war. Thus, it was that the seed of what was to become the Nautilus was planted in his head one night in the China Sea. Unfortunately, his plans were interrupted in 1852 when he was captured by the nation's spies and imprisoned in Hermera's most terrible penitentiary institution, the Terror. The warden was an ambitious officer known as Bloody Raven, who spared no hunger, labor, or torture to succeed in breaking Nemo. No avail. With patience and the help of those who would later join the crew of the Nautilus, on August 15, 1855, Captain Nemo led an escape that not only won his freedom, but also the destruction of the mine prison. Such an affront would not be forgotten by the Bloody Raven. After escaping, Nemo resumed the construction of the Nautilus, and a year later, set sail. Fed up with war and human cruelty, he debated whether to hide in the sea and immerse himself forever in its mysteries, or devote himself body and soul to the resistance. However, it was the sea that solved his dilemma, because, in some underwater ruins, he found the first clue to what could be the key to put an end to the nation forever. Flame. Since then, Captain Nemo has poured all his efforts into finding it. There's nothing that can distract him from his goal, no cracks in his way of seeing the world and planning his actions. He is, without a doubt, one of the most intelligent and cultured people in Hemera, and therefore, also one of the most dangerous. Okay, there we go.
What's this? A record of every member of the Nautilus crew since it was built. Here, no doubt, I will find information about Officer Land. But There's nothing here about any Ned Land. That can't be. Maybe it's been manipulated. No, it certainly doesn't seem to. Am I really losing my mind?
It has to do something with Verne's imagination.
I must get out of here and reach the safe room before the captain comes after me.
Meet the captain in the upper chamber. Ready? Close the door. It's not gonna let me close the door. Be cool.
I've told you before.
Glad you didn't notice anything, friend. Third floor. Oh. I can actually use the card now, can I? Was there anything else that required that? I want to go down and check the Nautilus just one more time. So we know there's nothing at the infirmary. Okay. Algae?
I must admit,
Yeah.
it will take a long...
Overabundance of seafood.
Sir, the more you hold me up, the more it'll take me to get ready. And we don't have much time. Go to meet the captain.
An old diver helmet. I'm glad...
We're good there.
My first trip outside, and it's inside of a dormant volcano in the middle of the ocean. Huh. I have to admit that Nemo has a talent for mise-en-scène.
I like those wide panoramic shots. Not necessarily panoramic, but those...
It's not the time to go back to the Nautilus. I still have things to do here.
Okay. You never know till you try. Looks like there's like maybe a monorail system. I hear those things are awfully loud. I want to see if there was any more posters we could look at. I like the Resistance posters. Got a cool vibe. Right, access to Nemo's chamber elevator.
About time, damn it!
Maybe I could catch him by surprise. Put him down. No. Impossible. Look at these hands. He could rip out my head with them. And then the crew is here. No. It's not the time. I must wait. Sorry, Captain. I got lost.
Give me the IMAG. Here, I have a blue blood concentrated sample from the Nautilus. I am convinced that when it comes into contact with the small flame of Hephaestus that makes the IMAG work, it will reactivate it.
How did you jump into that theory?
Excuse me?
Your theory? By which evidences is it supported?
I simply know it. I've spent the last years studying the flame. It will work. Give me the IMAG.
No. Edriel thinks it could kill us all.
Verne, I am giving you an order. Surrender the IMAG.
I don't have to take your orders. I'm not one of the crew.
You are alive thanks to me. Give it to me.
Call him out.
Captain, with all due respects, are you all right? For a few days now, I've noticed that your behavior is getting more erratic.
How dare you! I should throw you overboard for suggesting that... Sorry, Verne. I didn't mean... I am a bit upset, yes, but I can't avoid it. We are about to achieve our target, and anything can go wrong.
If everything comes out right, you will have in your hands an unimaginable power. Due to your condition, do you think it's wise to...
Wow, what a human thing to say, Verne. How understanding of you. Do you want me to surrender the control over the flame? Who to? Somebody more centered? Somebody like you, with your hallucinations?
Touché.
Yes, I have my unresolved issues, but at least I have regard for human life.
Oh.
The nation has found us. God damn it! I must prepare the evacuation. We need to carry the blue blood with us. Adriel thinks it's vital to find the flame. Take it to the Nautilus, but be careful. It's highly unstable. Use the chemical compounds on the table to stabilize it.
But
This card will give you access to the emergency hatches and all the doors. When the blood is stabilized, run to the Nautilus.
What do you... Oh, I guess he's heading down to... Yep. He's got his pistola. New item. Ooh, the red security card. Right, hold on. Check for things. We've got a hatch here. Oh. The island. 6:37 a.m. As dawn breaks on our first day here, a blazing sun warms its upper layers and fills down the surface of the islet. About 6:30 o'clock, 3/4 of an hour after sunrise, the fog has become more transparent. It's thickened at the top, but dissipated at the bottom. We now see the whole islet, as if it had descended from a cloud. The sea has appeared in a circular plain, infinite on the east, but bounded on the west by a high and steep coast. Is this barren, rocky, bare islet a desolate refuge for a few seabirds? Part of a larger archipelago? Cool. Gotta check. Oh, can't go that way. So... Danger. So, stabilizes blue blood. Select the position. Select bottle. Drop and mix. Okay, one stabilizer in position. Two stabilizer in position. Drop. Mix. Yeah, that's something. Let's try... Well, we may actually need some red, huh? We need to get it blue. Two stabilizer, one okay, oh, I see. One stabilizer in position. So let's go... Let's do this process of elimination style. Let's go ahead and have all red. Mix. Now. That's not it. I must find the right combination and position. Yes. So... Nothing here is correct. So I'm going to assume that red here, that it's this one's actually yellow. And then this one is green. This one's red. Oh, maybe there is no yellow. Maybe it's just red and greens. Well, it's getting there, isn't it? Two stabilizers are in position, so it needs to have a red. Oops. Okay, nope. That is definitely... There we go.
Yes!
Nautilus is blue blood. Verne and energy, the importance of energy in his novels. Jules Verne, based on his scientific and technical knowledge of his time, wondered in many of his works what sources of energy could power the amazing machines he imagined. For him, the development of any civilization was only possible by the means of the energy available to it. For example, in The Black Indies, 1877, the story of the Dochart coal well, exploited and then closed down, serves to express his fears about coal as a source of energy. Coal will fail one day, that is certain. A forced shutdown will be imposed on the machinery of the whole world. Some new fuel is not found to replace it. In the same novel, a subterranean town appears, illuminated by suspended discs that work by electromagnetism. In 1930, the engineer George Claude built the first tidal power plant, recognizing as a source of inspiration a phrase told by Captain Nemo that appears in 20,000 Leagues Under the Seas, the first to be written on the subject. By creating a circuit between two cables submerged at different depths, it should be possible to obtain electricity from the difference in temperature to which they would have been exposed. But one of Verne's most prophetic visions appears in The Mysterious Island, 1875. I believe that one day water will be a fuel, that the hydrogen and oxygen will constitute it, used alone or together, will provide an inexhaustible source of energy and light, with an intensity that coal cannot. That, since coal reserves will be exhausted, will be heated by water. Water will be the coal of the future. It's kind of crazy how much sci-fi inspires what happens in the future. Like, you have Verne inspire all this, Star Trek inspires so much stuff later on in the 1960s. Crazy. Okay, run to the Nautilus. Well, since we have nowhere else to go, opens all base doors and hatches. Yes, please. Gotta take the long way.
Soldiers. I must hide.
The Echo Guard. Not a good place to read up on lore, but still. The nation's elite corps. Or elite corps. Corps. That word, yeah. The nation's army is the most fearsome in all of Hermera, both for its fierceness and its cutting-edge technology. Over the years, it has fought multiple wars, crushing everything in its path. Among all its units, the Echo Guard stands out, a team of special forces, created and led with an iron fist by the fearsome Bloody Raven. Their name, according to their own tradition, comes from the fact that they consider themselves to be the echo that follows the croaking of the raven. This elite guard is responsible for the security of the Curia and for carrying out the most important actions, such as the invasion of the Jaw Peninsula in the Dragon Sea, where, faced with the sheer resistance presented by the inhabitants of the city of Xinqiao, they chose to exterminate any trace of life, mustard gas. This corps can only be accessed by those who survived a ferocious training, such as the brainwashing to which they are subjected during this period, that the Chosen Ones, in addition to leaving transformed into killing machines, worship the Bloody Raven as if he was a god of war. There are two types of units: Echoes, infantry troops, and Pyromantics, shock troops, specialists in explosives and attach their flamethrowers like a rider to his horse. Charming! Oh, there's examples of both right there. Ooh, what do I want to do? I don't know if there's like a decent place to... Okay, here we go. Right behind a locker. Metal Gear Jewels. We need to go to the Nautilus, but now I want to go this way past the flamethrower troop. But I'll tell you what, guys, this is a perfect place, I think, to go ahead and call it an episode. When we get back, we will watch as Jules tries to get past these troops, the Echo Guard, and return to the Nautilus and see what Nemo is really planning. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.